Let us look at one more variation of the Minesweeper project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. In this variation, which we call as balance placements, the clues are going to be correct. However, the mines will be placed in a special manner. So for example, let's say I choose 9 columns, 9 rows, and say I want to put 9 mines. So notice I'm putting the same number of mines as the rows and columns. When I click create, basically there are 9 mines. Now the special thing about the placement is that in every row and every column there is exactly one mine. So for example, this thing opens up. I know there's a mine over here. I can be sure that none of this is a mine because on this row there is no mine. Likewise, on this column also there is no mine. So that in fact simplifies things quite a bit. These are all mines. In fact, this is not a mine. This must be a mine. This is not. This must be a mine because on this row and this column there has to be one mine. Uh, this, okay, let's see. This is not a mine. Hence, this must be a mine. This must be a mine. This is not a mine, and in fact I'm done. So you notice carefully, all the mines have now been revealed. On every row, or say on every column there's one mine, and also on every row there is one mine, and that's why I have made it 9 columns, 9 mines, and let's say 9 rows. Now this is the feature we'll explore in this video. Important point is to realize that clues now are not like normal, so clues are in fact correct. The trick now is about the placement of the mines. In fact, this turns out to be a really good programming exercise. How do I place, let's say, in a grid of 9 cross 9, or this could be any number, how do I place mines such that every row, every column gets exactly one mine? An extension of this problem then would be, how do I place these mines so that every row, every column gets, let's say, 2 mines, 3 mines? It turns out that the moment we go into multiple mines, the problem becomes significantly more complicated. That's why I'm just going to limit this to, 1 mine each. But of course, I'm ready to discuss in case anybody has interest in that, right? So let's see how we can do this. Basically, the idea is simple. I want to make sure that every row, every column gets exactly one mine. It's also interesting to think about how many such combinations are there. Again, happy to discuss that problem in combinatorics. But the way we are going to do this is that I'm going to place, this is a 9 cross 9 grid. Of course, it can be any, size of the grid. Now I'm going to start working on this by assuming that all the mines are in one column. Of course, this is arbitrary. I could have chosen this column, any other column. I could have also done this, that look, the mines are all along a row, but the idea is very similar. But in my case, I'm assuming that mines are all in column number 0. Now, having done this, I will basically move these mines to random positions along every row. So basically, for example, they were all here to start with. For row number 0, I shifted by 4. For row number 2, row number 1, I shift by 2, and so on and so forth. I just want to make sure that each of these gets a unique shift so that the placement is then correct. The way we do this in code is also quite interesting. Basically, I'm going to say that, okay, look, let me define something called base. Now, by base locations, I mean the column on the extreme left. Notice this is a range, in steps of n rows. So let's make sure that I'm on the leftmost column. Thereafter, I just keep shift. Thereafter, I run a for loop across rows. For every row, I define an offset. And then I just make sure that this offset has been chosen once, and hence I don't choose it again by removing it from the available offsets. Having done that, I create the new location, which is basically base location plus the offset. Remember, because base location is already the first column. So think through it. Very nice code. Let's see this in action so that it becomes more. So I get back to my code over here. Now, first thing I'm going to say that, well, look, let's set the multiple variant to false. In fact, what we'll say is that balance, say, place, or maybe balance placement is equal to true. Now remember that I want to be clear to my player. I want to kind of give the message to the player. So I just go to my variant label in the very end. And here I just go and say, well, let's say balance placement. Now, of course, it could be an interesting idea to explore what happens if we combine, for instance, balance placement with a multiple variant or with the liar variant and so on. But I am assuming they are being kept separate. Now, basically, remember, this is all about how we place the mines. So, which means that everything has to happen inside the function which places the mines, which is basically this function called the place mine. So, I get here. Notice previously I'm just randomly choosing mines from the entire field. But now I'm going to ask myself a question. Look, if the balance placement is set up, so if say balance placement, so if this is indeed true, I'm going to say one mine in in every row and column. Now, I'm going to set, so I'm going to start by setting locations to an empty list. Now, basically, like I said, I'll define something called base locations. So I just say, well, base locks, um, is, so I can use list comprehension for this, x for x in range. Now remember, base locks are basically the locations corresponding to the leftmost column, which means that, for example, in 9 cross 9 grid, they are 0, 9, 18, 27, and so on and so forth. In a more general case, they are basically, going from n rows times n calls in steps of, say, n calls. Having chosen this, I will create another list called available. Now this available list is basically x for x in range 0, so basically n calls, right? So starts from 0 to n calls minus 1, because this is offset I'm going to give to every row, because basically I'm assuming that the mines are at the base locations. For every row I go and offset them by a random amount, and I make sure that these amounts are different for every row. So I just run a for loop here for kk in range n rows. Now this must happen for every row, and hence kk in range n rows. I'm going to say offset is equal to random dot choice, say available. So basically I choose a random value. Whatever I've chosen, I want to make sure that it's not repeated. So I just go and say available dot remove, say offset. Now having done this, I can just go and update my location base locks kk. Remember, that's for that particular row, and plus the offset, and really that should be all that I need. Let's run this to see if everything is working correctly. So I just realized there's a small typo here before I run this, so should be n rows, and that should be okay. So when I run this now, you notice there's a balance placement. I chose 999. And then when I look at this, the game seems to play quite normally. So if there is, so let's try to get all the mines. So I just click this so that I can see the mine locations. In fact, as expected, there is a mine on, let's say, every row, one mine, and also in every column, one mine. Everything else remains exactly the same. Let's reset this and try again. So, let me just deliberately get to the mines. Okay, so it didn't open up much. Let's try one of these as a mine. Again, you notice on this column, I have one mine. On every row, there is one mine. So that's exactly what we are looking for. Like I said, this can be extended. Now we can try slightly different numbers. Let's say I want to do 6 by 6 and put 6 mines in there. So when I do this, you notice quite a nice grid here. This label is 6. Let's try to look at this. All right, so perhaps I'll try to just reveal the mines. You notice again, every row there's one mine, and every column there is one. Like I said, a very interesting problem to think about is how many such possible arrangements exist. And happy to discuss that. As I mentioned before, the problem becomes significantly more complicated if I want to place, for example, 2 mines in every column and every row, or say 3 mines. Many more conditions come up, which we got to take care of in the code. Very, very interesting, very challenging problem, I would say. Happy to discuss. But for now, this is just fine. You notice the mines have been placed in a very balanced manner, and that's what we mean by, balanced place. Once again, building activities, enhancing them through methodical, systematic improvements is a great way to learn programming. Look at our website www.ybyte.in, because that is how we learn Python programming. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.